Oh, son, Christ. Again, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 125th Street, Albany, New York. We are under Commander Gianna. We've been teaching this truth since 1969 that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are, in fact, the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand?
That's right.
This is the One West News. That's bringing you your local, your national, and your international news to your timeline. You understand? There's a lot going on in the news. I'm your host, Captain Sapari, along with
Officer Mathum.
And we're going to be bringing out some heavy topics concerning, the state of our people and the state of the world and how it relates to our liberation or what have you. But we're going to start with a big one. National news, Lindsey Graham. Today, America on all outlets, they paying homage and remembrance to Lindsey Graham. When he was just a goddamn pawn for the Israelis last week, talking about what? It's a biblical thing that we gotta back the Israelis,
right?
Or what have you. But this is what you gotta recognize and understand it too, right? You can time me anytime you're ready, Mathon. Gotta recognize and understand this. A lot of these politicians are fooled by the idea of the white man, they big brother, which is really they really Amalek. They are Esau.
Right.
But they're like their big brother or what have you. That he is not a Jew. Never was a Jew. Never was an Israelite. Never had any ties to being a Jew or what have you. They just are Jewish converts. That's all it is. But we're gonna get some more on this though.
Right.
We're gonna get the first art. Anything you want to add to that in opening?
And we can't get caught up in what our oppressor gets caught up in too. You understand? We understand that a politician has passed. We can't be saddened by that. You understand? Because this was the same politician that had his foot on our necks. It's the same politician that passes all the laws. You understand? And he was at the forefront of a lot of things that have been happening to brothers and sisters for the last few decades. Lindsey Graham is a beast of a person. You understand? So it's not a bad thing when you don't mourn the death of a person who has his foot on your neck. You understand? What the Bible tells us. The Bible tells us it's a time to love and a time to hate. You understand? And the problem with us as blacks and Hispanics and natives is that we love everybody. And because we love everybody, everybody takes advantage of our kindness. You understand? So we got to put it into perspective of what this beast has done to us over the last few decades. You understand the power that he has wielded. You understand the more has taken him. That's the thing. Us, one down and many more to go. Understand? Ready for me to read that article, sir? Did you want to? All right. This is a CNN. This is from CNN. Remembering Lindsey Graham, tribute pour in for the late senator. In an interview with CNN, President Donald Trump recalled how Graham to a close comment. You understand? Remembering Lindsey Graham, tributes poured in and across the country on Sunday after word that Senator Lindsey Graham, a longtime Republican from South Carolina, died from a sudden illness at 71 years old, according to a spokesperson.
No, let me say this. Do we rejoice in his death? I wouldn't say so much, but I would. But I certainly do not remember. Do not forget the atrocities that he's committed amongst our people. That's the thing that people won't recognize and understand about the Israelite School of ISUPK. We can see the harm that these people do to us. The Christian church is probably up there, praying for Lindsey's family,
Right.
praying for the other his colleagues and his friends. But here we're going to recognize the atrocities that our oppressor has done to us. That's what we gotta bring out. Go ahead.
Graham embodied the evolution of the Republican Party as a critic of President Donald Trump, who grew to be one of the president's close advisors. Trump recalled the senator as a tough political opponent turned fierce ally in an interview with CNN, and said he spoke to Graham hours before his passing.
You know, all throughout this recent term of Trump, what they saying on the internet, they waiting for the day, the great day, the great day of Trump's fall or his passing or what have you. You should be looking at Lindsey the same way you look at Trump. He's his counterpart,
right?
What have you. Now you got people on both sides of the table, Democrats and Republican liberals and conservatives. Why are they all rally behind this or remembering this person?
Right.
Because they all on the same team, I thought.
Yeah.
They all taking AIPAC money. Has the right to defend themselves,
right,
and murder the Palestinians, murder Iranians, right? Let's look at it for what it is. Well, go ahead. And anything you want to add, you can at any time.
Right. Well, you know, they was also talking about, he was one of the people that they were talking about impeaching.
Mm-hmm.
Once this November primaries go, you understand? And if the Democrats would, take control of the House and the Senate again, they were talking about he was going to be one of the ones that they were going to try to impeach. He dodged the bullet, but fell into a hole. You understand? Literally.
We got Officer Bakar checking in. Most on Christ along Yashua. He says, St. Priest Bakar checking in from over west. No, sir. Let's get some more.
It says the late senator made a name for himself as a foreign policy hawk who advocated for military intervention in Iran and Iraq, and was a leading voice for U.S. support of Israel and Ukraine. That's a
come on, man.
Salak, you want to go ahead?
No, please, go ahead.
It's a hell of a statement. Understand something now. We always say we don't have a dog in the fight. But when your U.S. policy takes precedence over U.S. citizens and puts Israel over top of the U.S., that's not what they called him. They called him a foreign policy hawk. That's a traitor. You understand? When you put another country before your country. Now, I'm not saying that that's our country, but Lindsey Graham, a U.S. citizen, put Israel before his country. That's what they call it. What they call it? What's the guy name? The traitor.
American traitor?
Yeah, American traitor.
What do they call him?
Yeah. What was the name? What's the dude's name that they always use as the face of a traitor? What's the dude's name?
It's not coming to mind right now, Salaki.
Oh, man.
He was a politician?
From way back in George Washington days. What's his name? What's the sellout name? Oh, my gosh. Come on. Somebody tell me.
Somebody in the chat.
Somebody in the chat. What is his name? What is the dude's name? That's his name is synonymous with being a traitor. What is his name? Benedict Arnold. That's it. Benedict Arnold. This is what Lindsey Graham and a whole lot of other senators and congressmen in the U.S. Senate and Congress are. They are Benedict Arnolds. This is what you call sedition. You understand? This is what you call a Benedict Arnold. You understand? This is a, what do they call it? A a double agent.
Mm-hmm.
When you sell out your country for another country, when you extend the arms of your country to the point where your country is about to go into the worst recession of all time to appease a country who brings no benefit to your country. No benefit does, and if Israel does not benefit America in any way possible. They don't bring anything to the table. And the thing about it is, Iran is hitting U.S. military bases over there in the Middle East, but they're not bombing Israel. Now, Hezbollah is bombing Israel, but Iran is not. Iran is focused on U.S. assets. Israel is pushing the U.S. to the front to be destroyed, to be maimed and bombed. Why don't you just sit back and watch the festivities? This is what Netanyahu set America up for. This is what your AIPAC gets you. It gets all your congressmen and senators bought and paid for. So much so that Lindsey Graham just 3 or 4 weeks ago said, if we don't support Israel, God is going to destroy America. Well, we would love to see God destroy America. We're watching it right now. We're watching America bust apart at the seams.
Babylon's falling.
Yeah, Babylon's definitely falling.
Babylon.
You understand? Falling. You ready to get back into this, Cap?
Come on, we can get a little bit more.
Okay. Graham's death will shake up the November election and leave a Senate vacancy for South Carolina's governor to temporarily fill. It says we wrapped up our live coverage. Oh shit, that's it. That's the end of that. Lindsey Graham, listen. Medical examiner cite aortic dissection in preliminary findings. Graham's spokesperson says Senator Lindsey Graham died following complications from cardiovascular disease, according to a statement from his communication director citing preliminary finding from the Washington, D.C. Medical Examiner Office. Listen, God took him up out of here with a heart attack.
Oh.
Says that in the Bible. What he just God took what's the brother's wife? He gave a stroke.
Politician?
In the Bible.
I forget.
They took her. Anyway, this is how the Most High works. You understand? Especially knowing that this was an enemy of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. He was a true enemy. You understand what I'm saying? He thought nothing of blacks and Hispanics in America. You understand? Now, we know that we are in America, but we are not of America. America is Babylon. America is Sodom and Gomorrah. You understand? And when you stand with America, you fall with America. You understand?
Well, listen, Lindsey. Let me back out of this. Hey, Shalom, the water for checking in. And Kitty, we see you in the building here. Just a couple of other things, man. Lindsey Graham, advocate for who? Israelis.
Yeah.
Advocate for Trump, or what have you. Don't let this distract you from Mitch McConnell. They thought we was going out. They thought we weren't going to talk about him.
Right.
Did I send you that order? You want to move on to Mitch?
It's up to you. You want to move on?
Let's move on to Mitch, and then we'll get into the other news.
Okay, let me back out.
But Mitch McConnell, he been in hiding with them.
Did you send me that?
Did I send you a Mitch article? I thought I did.
You
Well,
said-
no, so I'll pull up a Mitch though. Bear with me 1 second, and I'll send it to you also. But any thoughts on Mitch McConnell?
Listen, this is the reason why they need to put a cap on how long a senator or a congressman can serve. But this is what democracy does. You understand? Democracy makes you believe that the president is truly in control, when in fact, congressmen and senators are in control. Your president only serves 4 to 8 years. Congressmen and senators can serve as long as they can walk. As we can see, Mitch McConnell fell out with an illness and pneumonia. What he said, illness and pneumonia, and he talking about coming back at 80-something years old. You understand? Incoherent. You understand? Because these are actually hacked that are in America. They're being controlled. You understand? Not to say that the president is controlled.
And also, who are they being controlled by?
Being controlled by AIPAC. They being controlled by your so-called Israelis.
Every last one. And don't think him. We got Hakeem Jeffries, and we got all these black Jasmine Crockett, and they're gonna fight for the people. Oh, she's so powerful and outspoken that against Trump and all of this. She taking AIPAC money.
Listen, they just came out a couple of weeks ago talking about how Jasmine Crockett is getting AIPAC money. You understand? Jasmine Crockett has been a congresswoman for 3.5 years. Yet her net worth is $10 million already. How's her net worth $10 million when she only makes $184,000 a year?
Right.
You understand? Sometimes you have to think.
They're breaking the law. They are political criminals.
Mm-hmm.
You got the insider trading,
right,
and you got the foreign aid, but they don't consider AIPAC as foreign aid because of the relationship or what have you.
Right.
This is a crime. They getting paid off, man. So don't you see you see her with her extension, and then she all black with the sassy mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got us one. Oh, we got representation.
Right.
Oh, where's our representation? Right, that's what we was always complaining. Oh, we got our listen. These are informants, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is your new age ghetto. You got new age ghetto informants in the political system. You got new age ghetto in every field. That's why nothing changes on the surface level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we gotta join the police force. We gotta change the police force from within. How long we been hearing this? Oh, as long as we get in, we can change them. But you're the one. Now you have the mark of the beast in your hand. What does that mean? Now you might ask us. Now what is that? What is he's talking all that Bible stuff. They talking that Bible stuff. Who wrote that book? The mark of the beast. You got a mark on your hand, meaning you're going to pick up arms. You're going to sign legislation. You're going to sign this. You're going to sign that in favor of the oppressor.
Right.
You want to change the force from within. Meanwhile, you pick up a firearm and you shoot your own brother behind the badge, harassing brothers. You understand? We saw the sister that came out a couple weeks ago. Talking about she hate Negroes, Hispanic sister. Come on, man. Don't let me go off. You can stop me.
What they say, the mark of the beast on your forehead?
And in your wells.
Your brain.
And your mind.
And your mind. Your thought process.
There you go.
You understand the way you call for legislation to lock down black neighborhoods. You understand? To do all the things that go against what black people. Think about this, right? The mark of the beast. You have what's his name? W.E.B. Du Bois and back in the day that agreed with Margaret Sanger for the legislation to
Jesse Jackson
unalive No, but we talking about
Back
further
there.
back
Come on.
to unalive black children. You understand? To sterilize black people unaware.
Right.
You understand? What's the sister's name? The sister's name that didn't find out that they sterilized her till she got married and was trying to have a kid.
I'm not sure the sister's name.
She ran. They always talked to Shirley Chisholm, not Shirley Chisholm, but it was another. She did a black she did a news report way back in the 50s or the 60s talking about how she didn't know she got sterilized. They came in and sterilized her. She couldn't have children. You understand what I'm saying? And we voting for that kind of legislation. That's why you got Whoopi Goldberg up there talking about she supports
Fannie Hammer.
Yeah, Fannie Lou. Yeah, that's her right there. You understand what I'm saying? And they sterilized her without her being unaware, talking about they had to come in and give them shots to control some kind of disease. They just made up something and sterilized a whole bunch of black females.
And they've been doing that for years. Even in recent years, they reducing sisters sentencing that's incarcerated.
Right.
Reducing their sentence if they get sterilized.
Right.
Now, what in the hell does that have to do? What? Think about what in the hell does that have to do with rehabilitation?
Right. Stop
Zero. Nothing.
Having children.
Right.
You understand? They know their population is burning out. You understand? They trying to erase us right off the planet. And the thing about it is, we have the mark of the beast on our forehead because we're agreeing with them. That's what that. If you could hear Whoopi Goldberg's the dumb reason, you understand that she was having unprotected sex with all of these heathens. You understand? And having abortion after abortion after abortion. And now she stands up for what they call it,
reproductive rights.
Reproductive rights. You understand?
Pro-choice
and all of that type of stuff like that. You understand? All of those things go against us. That's the mark of the beast. That's the mark on your forehead.
Right.
When you begin to think like the beast.
Mm-hmm.
When you begin to think like your oppressor. When you begin to hate your own people enough to help write legislation against your own people.
Christianity.
That's Christianity.
Look, everybody that's praying for Lindsey, praying for Mitch McConnell's health to come back. You're a Christian.
Right.
Stop. Listen, you are a Christian. Okay. You wanna you got to see it. You got Mitch.
You sent me the same one.
Mitch McConnell.
You sent me the Lindsey Graham twice.
I sent you Lindsey again.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. My bad. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, man. Listen, we got to stop thinking like our oppressor. You understand? Because there's nothing. Listen, this is the reason why the Bible tells us to gather together the nation that's not desired. Most High understood we are a nation of people that are not desired by any other nation. Think about this too, right? There is no legislation talking about unaliving Asian children. No legislation talking about unaliving, even Iranian Arab children. Nothing for African children. You understand? None of those Ukrainians that are coming over here. No other nation has the beast on their back like we do. You understand? We got to get better with this. You understand that, sir?
Come on. Let's get this here.
Listen to this.
It's on your boy Mitch right here.
You pulling it up.
Come on, I got it up.
Man, it says McConnell says after weeks due to a fall, Republican Senate Mitch McConnell of Kentucky didn't break any bones or suffer a concussion. I didn't have a heart attack or a stroke. I don't have any tumors or hemorrhages, but I was briefly unconscious and was taken to the hospital while receiving excellent care over the past several weeks. I've also had to deal with a mild case of pneumonia, he said in a statement. Mild case of pneumonia. He said, I didn't fall out. I didn't have a concussion. What he said, I didn't have a heart attack or stroke.
Right.
And it's incredible because that's what his buddy had. You understand?
And also this, just retire.
Yeah.
He's a political pawn for whoever's in his corner.
Right.
Or whatever corner he's in. Being in that seat is so vital for Donald Trump, and it's also extremely vital for who? Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu.
It's vital. They need them Republicans in their seat to get things done that they want to get done.
Right.
That's why it's such a fight with them. Now you already got Lindsey didn't kick the bucket. Now you got another one hanging on for dear life.
Right.
Come on, man.
They got
how many? They've been taking spills for a long time now.
Listen, he done blacked out in front of the camera 3 times.
They grabbing them, pulling them away, trying to get them, off the camera.
And that's when when a person becomes that incoherent, it's time for them to move on. You understand? It's time for them to sit down. You understand? But of course, just like you said, because they've been given so much money, they want to use them until they do have that heart attack, or they do pass away from pneumonia or something like that. You understand? Their money, AIPAC money, goes until you're dead.
Right.
You understand? It says McConnell also provided a photo showing him smiling next to his wife, Elaine Cho. He appears to have a copy of Sunday's Washington Post sports section on his lap. McConnell said he's moved from a hospital to a rehabilitation center to continue regaining his strength. His doctors have run through every test they can think of to try to determine what caused the incident. Listen, that's the Most High. You understand? They ain't gonna figure it out. You understand? The former Senate Majority Leader said he won't be able to return to the Senate floor to vote quite yet, but he's been working closely with legislative staff in the meantime. The statement comes from after weeks of questions over McConnell's health, as aides for the 84-year-old were fiercely protective about releasing information on his condition. The lack of information sparked speculation that rumors online that his health has significantly deteriorated, and they did. You understand? Because think about this, right? You go from 2 years ago of him talking trash to all of a sudden, just a few months ago, him just blacking out online. Him just standing there looking like a mannequin. You understand? He looked like Squidward off of SpongeBob. You understand? McConnell, a childhood polio survivor, has faced a series of health issues in recent years, including multiple falls. In 2023, he froze mid-sentence during a news conference. That was 2023. He did that a couple of times. Along with his own statement, McConnell included a note from the attending physician of Congress, who described the injuries after the fall at his Washington, D.C. home as minor. And nothing is minor when you fall just for no reason. A comprehensive evaluation by a multidisciplinary team determined that he had no fractures, cardiac abnormalities, stroke, tumor, or hemorrhage.
Right.
Early in his hospitalization, he developed pneumonia, which responded rapidly to antibiotic treatment.
Right. I'm gonna go. You want to keep going? You want to drop that?
Go ahead. We can drop that.
Drop that. I don't just want to expound on it though.
Go ahead.
You know why hide it though? They know. His time running out.
Right.
You understand? They know his time running out, and they showing face. You understand? This is just another case of, your oppressor being deceptive. It took him 2 weeks. Okay, man, what happened to that politician? Where he been at? I ain't seen him on the floor. 2 weeks now. Now everybody thinking he dead.
Right.
They had to wait. They had to go this long. Now they got to post a picture on the internet. What a newspaper to show what day it is.
Right.
And this whole drawn out theatrical rollout of proof of life.
Right.
Because they're deceptive. They're deceptive. If he would have passed away, you think they would have told you off rip like that? Oh, we gotta hold this seat. We gotta pass. We gotta make some votes here. X, Y, Z.
Mm-hmm.
White man's the devil, yeah. I mean, that's just a fact, man. Because it's amazing how much Trump blasted Biden himself, and now look, Mitch might be on life support too. You're absolutely right, Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe. If anybody's sleepy, is Mitch McConnell. They still call him Sleepy Joe?
Sleepy, yeah. Sleepy loud.
Matter of fact, did you see him at the Obama's building?
Oh yeah, at the ceremony.
They had the oh my gosh, I can't believe did we cover that? But listen, they had Biden on stage with some other cats. I forget. It was time for them to exit the stage. Everybody leaves, but Biden didn't notice them leaving. So he's just sitting there gazing in the crowd, solo on stage, not speaking. I mean, because he's so incoherent. He was trying to run for president again.
Nobody brought him on stage. Nobody come and get him.
Nobody came and got him. And listen, man, he eventually got up out of that. But man, I wish I had a video of that to pull up quickly. But Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
And listen, you know the rumors they talking about Trump too, right?
Yeah, he losing his marbles too. He becoming he was already becoming forgetful, but now he's starting to imagine things that's not really happening too. You know what I mean? And everything is he already had the everything. He's a winner of everything complex. You understand? So
I got the best this, the best that. Nobody does it better. Nobody. I'm the biggest. I'm the greatest. But first of all, he is the true definition of a narcissist or what have you. And also they talking about he can't hold he's wearing diapers at this point.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? It happens to old people, but why they're hiding it? They trying to make him seem, he's so healthy and mighty and coherent.
Right.
The amount of doctors that is around him and checkups and emergency transporting him to down. What's that little Lars they had?
What's that? I know which one you're talking about.
It's Camp something or what have you.
Oh, Camp David.
Is it Camp David? They go down.
Yeah.
Emergency, transportation down to Camp David. All of a sudden, he is sick.
Walter Reed.
No, Walter. Is that it? Up here?
Yeah, Walter Reed. Walter
Reed. All these emergency trips to the doctors or what have you, and he's talking about. I passed all these. They got to take them test. The coherent test. Is it coherent test or what have you? Cognitive
test.
Cognitive test. Why is that?
They also said that he be sometimes, he go to the bathroom on himself.
That's what I'm saying. He's shitting on himself. He out there shitting on himself in the meeting. Yo, it's a bunch.
That's the reason why you don't see Yvonne go around him.
Listen, it's a bunch of videos, and you be seeing people's reactions or what have you. Yeah, he be But look, it happens to people of age or what have you. But they gotta paint him as the great and mighty leader of America or what have you. But it is what it is though. But look,
everybody be like, yeah,
these cats is unfit to not only the physical ailments, they are horrible people. Donald Trump is a rapist.
Yeah. Listen, but this is the reason why they going out in the way that they going out.
Right.
It's only fitting that they go out in disgusting ways. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, think about the disgusting things that they've done on this earth. You understand? When you, just like you said, when you have a sexual deviant,
right?
You understand? I mean, why not? You understand? Allow him to go out like that. And allowing him to stand on stage smelling like feces.
Right.
You understand? And people got to stand there and be behind him. You understand? That's got to be a terrible thing too. You know what I mean?
Not only is he physically unfit, but he has no upstanding morals.
Yeah.
As a person. And a lot of these cats like Joe Rogan and what's the cat that runs UFC?
Oh yeah.
Dana White.
Dana White, yeah.
And all these other cats. What's that cat with the podcast? Damn. Forget his name. Tucker Carlson to him to the comedian though. Forget his name. He think he a white boy, but he's a Guatemalan or something like that. Man, what is his name? Real famous comedian. White. I gotta get it real quick. White. I'm gonna type in white comedian. Hold up. Yeah, podcast. But then tall white skinny dude. This past weekend, Theo Vaughn. That's what it is. Theo Vaughn. All these cats is want to put a plug on Trump, but even before that, he was lost in civil court rape cases.
Right.
So what are we even talking about? Then you got the Epstein files or what have you. You still behind this person? Yeah. What does that say about you? That you are a person that supports child pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sexual assault against children. That's your president. That's the people that sit on your Congress that's fighting to keep this under wraps. Right? Your Congress, your Senate. But they you know what they saying? They saying Benjamin Netanyahu got the key to them files.
Yeah.
Or what have you. And also him and Russia, Vladimir Putin. Or what have you. That's the theory. Mm-hmm. You want to get a little bit more on this, or you want to move on?
Listen, man.
Go ahead.
It's bad too. You know what I mean? When somebody got you in a chokehold, and it ain't nothing you can do but surrender to them.
Right.
You understand? Basically, what you seeing Trump do is surrender to Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah, Donald Trump, if I could just add Donald Trump is Benjamin Netanyahu's bitch.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's all, that's all I wanted to add.
You absolutely right. You understand? And it ain't nothing worse. And then the thing about it, at times you can see that it's actually killing Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. You understand? Because he has never been one to be controlled as he's being controlled now.
Right.
He's always controlled people like that. And now he's being controlled. You understand? And every time he does an interview, you can almost see the life being taken from his body. You understand? The slump in him, the head down. You understand what I'm saying? He used to be, of course,
more arrogant.
The oppressor has always been arrogant.
Right.
But when the oppressor is being taken down by a worse oppressor, you understand, you can actually see the life force leaving their body.
Right.
You understand? When you looked at his posture and everything when he came in 2020 and check it towards to his posture now, you understand, you can see the big difference. You can see that it's weighing on him bad, because think about the decades, the 5 and 6 decades of you ruling over people, and now somebody's ruling over you. Somebody's controlling you. Somebody's making you do what they want you to do. The same way you did those kids.
Yep.
You understand? Now you're being treated like a child.
Now you're the victim of a man.
Yeah, you're the victim of a man. That's heavy right there. You're being victimized. And it's nothing you could say about it. You know why? Because you already took that money. And he's been promised money. Think about it, right? You're destroying the first off, let's erase a lot of things, right? The Trump name has never been a good name in New York or New Jersey. You understand? As many times as he been filed for chapter, what's that? Bankruptcy and everything like that. His name, and the way he had people contracted, and then they pay your contractors. Mm-hmm. He's always had a bad name in New York and New Jersey. Understand? In Atlantic City,
he's always been a con artist.
Exactly.
Good.
You understand? And because he's always able to play with his money, giving money. You understand? He didn't make millions, nothing. He inherited millions. Right. You understand? Same thing with Elon Musk. Elon Musk, mother and father, stole diamonds and gold from the African diamond and gold mines. You understand? He was born there. What glorious thing is it for a billionaire to become a trillionaire when you were born a billionaire?
Right.
Understand? That's not a big feat.
Mm-hmm.
And if you started from the bottom and worked your way all the way up, that's a feat right there.
Right.
But to be born a billionaire, come on, man, stop playing.
Right. Let's go local.
Let's go local.
Let me get that Fox 45 article. Governor Westmore. We see that you have aspirations to move on from Maryland and become a congressman or senate or whatever you try to pursue or what have you. But I sent it to you. I texted it to you. Fox 45 article.
Didn't come through.
But it's looking like hold up 1 second. As far as the budget is concerned, there's a recent audit for Maryland, and we're going to get into it. I'll send it to you. I'm gonna share this. See how y'all see this online.
Got it. Oh,
y'all follow along with us.
Yeah, you did. Let me know when you're ready, sir.
McCall commented on Trump. She said six bankruptcy and over 30 felony convictions is crazy work. You're absolutely right, huh?
That's the president.
And that's the man that's sitting over the top of America. Now let's go. We going you're absolutely right, because the water for that. Now we're going
$1.2 billion in questionable Maryland state spending.
And they like, damn, hold up. I don't know about we talking about a billion here. Talking about a billion here. I don't think there's a lot of stuff that has to go wrong for you to mishandle and $1 billion to be questionable.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on, Governor Westmore.
Maryland state government is hemorrhaging taxpayer money with recent audits uncovering more than $1.2 billion in questionable spending, improper payment.
Improper what?
Improper payment.
This is an improper payment. You come on, bro.
In financial irregularities.
Financial irregularities, man. This is your money. They stealing black people money.
Right.
We got to struggle, and they want to chase me down for a goddamn a speed run a red light ticket.
Right.
My license, take my registration. Damn, we talking about $1 billion. Right. Gotta go down to NBA and hand over his $100. Meanwhile, you got billions of come on, man. That's my personal.
Tail across multiple state agencies has ignited a debate in the state capitol over systematic inability to fix long-standing financial failures.
And hold up. You know what? You know another thing, Thumb? I remember Governor Westmore ran on, I'm a businessman, and we're going to be business and business and business.
Right.
Business and money, taxes and business and money and business. Yep. Seems like there's a lot of business being mishandled here. Governor Westmore. And I only say Governor Westmore because he came out, I'm head of the now guard. Donald Trump, you're the bad guy. Are you still in the speech?
Right.
Governor Westmore? It's a couple of things when you're in a position of power, my thumb, that you're going to have to succumb to.
Yeah.
Accountability and shame go hand in hand. Now you can take accountability and take that chain and mold yourself into what's supposed to be right. Fix the budget.
Right.
Find where the money is. Find where the wasteful spending is, and give the UPK their money back. That's what you got to do. Governor West, get the UP money back. Money from us. What's his name?
Oh yeah.
Scott off. You stole from the UPK commander. How you should just and slate clean. Go ahead, man. Anything you want to add, please? Come on.
The same problem appears in audit report after audit report. Lawmakers and taxpayers advocates are now demanding to know whether the state is capable of doing more than just identifying the problem. The findings have been the subject of repeated reporting by Spotlight on Maryland and its partners at Fox 45 News and the Baltimore Sun. Reports span the breadths of in unemployment insurance and Medicaid to questionable transportation expenses and state procurement. And that's crazy, right? That they said that. Think about this, right? It says the reports, it says from the failures in unemployment insurance. The last time when I needed that unemployment insurance, they denied me totally.
Damn.
After all the years I worked.
Right.
How do you get denied?
Right.
After you got year after year after year. But this is to take that money that you don't use. You understand? That's how you get your 1.2 million. Because I could never figure out, how do I get denied? And usually they say what? Even if you get denied, you get something like 14 or 16 weeks. And then it goes retro from right there. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So how do you get denied when you got so many years up under your belt of working? You understand? And then they say, oh no, you're denied.
Come on now.
This is what happens when you allow corrupt people to come in and run a corrupt system, because only, this system is built to be a corrupt system.
Right.
You understand? No matter where we are in America, America is a built in itself. No matter what state that you go to. They always talk about the United. They wouldn't be red and blue states. That's not being united. When you go from states, you understand? Go ahead, sir.
State of Maryland. We talking about $1 billion.
Yeah.
And then this article, it said questionable transportation expenses. Now, y'all remember way back? It seemed like way back at during the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was calls for Governor Hogan to investigate Easy Pass of Maryland. Y'all remember that? It was petitioned about investigate Easy Pass of Maryland. So they rolled out after that his programs and all these type of programs. You know what I'm saying?
I got caught.
Come on.
I got caught. An Easy Pass. Fine. Think about that. Tag was registered.
Mm-hmm. With the yes.
I didn't have the transfer.
Mm-hmm.
They give you the option to get your tag registered.
Exactly.
So I registered my tag because sometimes that transponder, you understand?
I'm telling you,
it was supposed to be taking it out of my
connected account. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Think about this. They sent me a bunch of tickets this thick.
Yep.
In a box.
Yep.
I thought somebody sent me a gift
because
it was heavy. And I was like, oh, somebody sent me something.
A box of pictures of your tag.
A box of pictures of my tag. First off, you get a warning when you get 3 of those. You get a warning that say if you don't pay these by a particular time, your registration going to be suspended.
Come on.
Who allows almost 250? It was more than that. It was almost 1,000. Because I used to go and come back. I used the
tunnel. Yep.
Go and come back. You understand? And it's supposed to automatically
take it out.
You understand? This, and then what they did was they had a forgiveness program and they charged me $2,200, which was the original.
Right.
How do you do that? $22,000.
Right.
Who can pay $22,000?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's extortion.
Yeah.
This is the definition that of extortion, y'all.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be allowed to. The fee shouldn't be 100 times literally 100 times the amount of the we said 2,200 is 10% of
22,000. Because when I looked at it, I said, "This can't be right. Something wrong with this right here." I called them, and they say, "Oh yes, Mr. $22,000."
You know how I got hemmed up?
Oh, we have a program,
right? You know how I got hemmed up? This is a recent day.
Right?
Pulled out my complex one. See the boys behind me. They pulled me up. They like, I know my tag. Come on, really? You know what I'm saying? Sir, boom, boom, boom. Your registration, boom, boom. Oh, how you talking about? He said, and I called up the NBA and something about Easy Pass. If I told you, I'm talking about this.
Right.
A gangster does.
Right.
But you know what a gangster got? You know what the gangsters have, my thumb?
What's that, sir?
They have a $1.2 billion deficit.
Yeah. $1.2 billion.
They have a $1.2 billion deficit, but you want to suspend. See, I'm making it personal again.
Yeah.
But my tag is good now. I had to get some different tags. But I'm good now.
But it is personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, think about, like I said, they sent me that box and they sent me 2 boxes.
Right. Right.
And I'm asking them, how do y'all send me? And then, oh, well, we have a program now, you know, a forgiveness program. And you can just pay $2,200.
Right.
You understand? And I asked the lady, I said, can't you see what my tag was registered? She said, oh, yeah. I said, it was registered, came off.
Right.
I said, but after 3 tickets, they usually send you a
warning
in the mail that your registration will get jammed up. I said, but look how many they sent me at one time.
Right.
How do you send somebody all of those things at one time? That makes no sense at all. But this is what they do because the system is created that once you get into court, no matter what you say, the system goes against you. It doesn't matter how right you are. You understand? This is what they do.
Come. But man, look, listen. We gotta get some more of this article. And then after this article, we're gonna do more, and then we're gonna close it out.
Righteous are in authority.
Come on, yeah, forget about the righteous. Listen, man. I might down there run. I might run something up. But listen, any right person that was in a position of power would definitely investigate Easy Pass of Maryland, right, and really wipe out this system of oppression. You understand? And everybody in the city worried about why is there so many VA tags? The VA tags ain't about insurance. It's about the extortion that the state of Maryland is. They're hurting Marylanders.
Right.
They're hurting them. It's ridiculous the amount of extortion that Easy Pass of Maryland is allowed to rack up on these drivers. It's ridiculous.
Right.
It's impossible to pay. They need to wipe it out. If you're complaining about VA tags, and not only VA tags, but Pennsylvania tags, Texas tags, Florida tags, whatever tags or registration it is. If Gavin Westmore knew anything, they will wipe out the debt, and they sending everybody down to the collections and what have you. It's out of hand. It's extortion. Right. You're hurting Marylanders. Yeah,
Think about this.
Come on.
Think about this.
I know we real local. Anybody watching? Go ahead. We real local right now.
Micah 2 and what was that? Micah 2 and 1.
Right.
Says they lie in their beds at night. You understand? These are the things that they think about, and in the daytime they put them into motion.
Right.
I'm paraphrasing. Right.
Right.
I got a transponder too, and then I was getting money taken off of my transponder, and I wasn't even going through the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
So how is that?
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why I called in.
Hold up.
I called and canceled my transponder.
It says questionable transportation expenses.
Right.
They've been working on a $695 for the last 50 years. I've never not seen a work, not necessarily jamming me up or what have you, but I have never not seen a complete $695.
Right.
50 years. I'm not even 50. Goddamn. I'm just saying before my time.
Right.
For as long as I've been alive, it's been orange cones and traffic.
$695.
And here in this article, they're talking about questionable transportation. I'm off it. You know what? Let's get some more of the article, because I'm thinking come on, let's get some more.
Say it's a pattern of concern, said State Delegate Jesse Pippy. A Frederick County Republican government's role is a fiduciary to the taxpayer. Taxpayers expect their government to live within its means. They certainly expect that somebody's running the railroad, and these audits are showing findings were roughly $760 million in unemployment insurance overpayments that auditors said the state failed to adequately pursue. Nearly $360 million in questioned transportation expenses charged to federally funded projects, a failed state procurement system that cost taxpayers more than $32 million and millions of dollars in potentially improper Medicaid payments.
And that's on the low end of that. Listen, and that's 32 million, right? That's on the low end of the deficit. That's on the low end because we're talking about $1 billion. We're talking about $1 billion. So this, you know what they're going to do? They're going to focus on. They're going to focus on the Medicaid and everything, and try to blame Medicaid fraud and unemployment. That's people that are, scammers. Could be scammers or people that are hurting and need money. Right. You know what I mean? But we can get. We want. Matter of fact, you want to read this entire article because this is local. This is hitting home. Yeah. But I still want to get our last. I want to get on the explosive diarrhea virus.
Okay. Senate Minority Whip Justin Reddy Committee said audits routinely uncover issues in state government. What concerns him, he said, is the growing size of the findings. That means that if they don't find it one year, then the person or persons continue to overpay, probably know and are benefiting from overpaid Medicaid. Some of these senators and congressmen and people, who already got money, they putting extra money in their pocket, retirement, funds and things like that. You understand? This is where our money be going. Mm-hmm. All of that money that they overcharged, that $22,000, if they would have got that $22,000 for me, they just sent that and put that right into somebody's pocket. You understand? Somebody in the city council, a city council member, somebody.
This is the thing. That money ain't just, it's a no
surge in massive audit findings that involve a lot of money, a lot of oversight issues, said Reddy, a Republican who represents Carroll and Frederick County. Reddy said lawmakers from both parties attempted to address one of the most common complaints about state audits: repeat findings.
Look, this is gross because we living in a place that is suffering from so many atrocities, homelessness, food crisis, so many crises all throughout Baltimore and the state of Maryland, right? And we lose $1 billion.
So we can't afford.
So we cannot afford. Shalom, Lord Christ. Something that we can afford.
Right.
And I know we made it personal a little bit because we suffer. We benefit from this. Looking at this article and evaluating the state of Maryland or what have you, all throughout, the world. It's like I'm good on the water, but think about this, right? I'm gonna drop the article. I'm not gonna drop it. I'm just gonna move it from the screen so they can see while we elaborate on this for a moment. You might go to 7. I don't want to take too much of his time, but Imagine they put in place UPK officers, captains and generals over these states and over these provinces. What do they call them? Do they call them provinces in the UK? Or parliaments? They call them parliaments over there or what have you. I think so.
Okay.
It's parliaments. This is an old term, but imagine at the water for everybody checking. I see you, Keita, South Carolina, at the water for checking in, coming through. UPK has a system of morality.
Right.
Wouldn't you rather have a person with morality on your board and your Senate and your Congress?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Head of state, right? Your governor. That is bound by a law that is set in morality. But instead you have Governor person, a man that is of his father, the devil. A man like man that is of his father, that will allow a deficit to come to $1.2 billion for calendars.
Right.
Instead of going to them schools, they see I'm about to lose it. And I'm on 1.2.
Right.
And we talking about air conditioning for children. I mean, 1% of that, every school in the state of Maryland has AC. I mean, what are we even talking about?
I'm about to say $3 million.
Forget about it. Renovations.
Just for that $1 billion.
But I bet, you know what? Got AC though. But all his man see though.
Mm.
All his man is like rich friends. You know, Brandon Scott. You've become. They probably and we're gonna. What we saying earlier? We got from within. We gotta join. We gotta join. We're gonna get inside. We're gonna change. We're gonna do this. We do that. But we talking about $1.2 billion, and Baltimore City is still how many year after year? We talking about they gotta close school because it's too hot. We gotta close school because it's too cold.
Right.
School. Stop, I'll stop. All right.
You're right, though.
Come on.
Education's getting worse and worse.
Worse.
So you taking days off from bad education already.
Right.
So it's doing nothing but getting worse. No student left behind. So no matter how bad they do,
school can't read.
Cold in the wintertime, hot in the summertime, and they can't read.
And hold up, not only that, the budget for the superintendent grows.
Right.
She gets she gets rewarded for a horrible job.
Right.
You should be fired. You should be fired. About that commissioner of Baltimore City.
Right.
Less attendance. Less. Come on, y'all. You know what? We're gonna be all dead.
That's the way the system was created.
We're talking about $1 billion. We're talking about $1 billion. $1 billion.
Taken from black people.
Governor Westmore, you owe the Israelite School of UPK several hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
If it remove and put up, we're gonna put you know what I'm saying, the other officers and cabinets.
I'm going every school.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Any of y'all brothers out there got you know AC companies? We gonna get
Every school gonna have an AC by the end of the
one
before August, the end of August.
Right. It's not gonna be. And the thing about it is, they use one company to service all.
Governor Westmore, Mayor Brandon Scott is helping a rich politician friends.
Right.
Oh, I'm from West Baltimore. I grew up in Baltimore. Vote for me.
Right.
Now you came just like Daddy. You know what the term is called? Mayor Brandon Scott even conformed to a system, to an age of society that hates the very people you chose to serve.
Right. That's bad.
Hey, Madam, come on, man. We gotta get out of here.
That's bad.
I don't think we're gonna get on the diarrhea virus, but I think this is gonna be the last one. You gonna read some more of this? Let's get some more, please.
It says, still some lawmakers argue that more oversight is needed. Pippi pointed to Republican-backed legislation that would have created a statewide inspector general to investigate waste, fraud, and abuse across state governments. And listen, check this out. You're gonna need more than that.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
And the thing about it is, I would have appointed a whole squadron just so every audit can be. Because think about this: if you got an audit statewide, you got one person. He probably got 5 people under him, and they probably got 2 people under them. You understand? It's going to take about 5 years to get around to all schools, and by the time you get to the end, those schools are going to be degraded in a different kind of way. Something else is going to be different. Just like we talk about, a lot of these schools don't have no heat in the wintertime, so they taking days off, and no air in the summertime, so they taking days off. You have to incorporate more than enough to get things done in that year, because this is what happens, right? This is what Christianity does, right? It tells you, well, we need a little bit more time. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes time to do this. And everybody knows the more people you got, the more merrier it is. The more workers that you put out there to handle a specific problem, like it shouldn't take you. Baltimore City should be swept in a year. Every issue that's in a school should be handled in a year.
Right.
From year to year, and then it should be maintained. So if let's just say you got a district with 10 schools, you should have 5 auditors in that school. Every auditor should have 2 schools that they need to maintain. And every month you're supposed to go to those schools, and you're supposed to make sure, and you're supposed to do a separate audit.
100%.
And then you come back to Commanding General Yohana and let them know this is what's handling right. This is what's
100%.
happening right here. And this is what we need to get that fixed right there. Or everything is okay, nothing needs to be done there. Then the resources that you save here, you take to the next school, wherever it's.
There you go.
And that's how you maintain, right? But because we're in an unrighteous system,
right,
a system that's meant to feed off of blacks and Hispanics, because if you notice, no other nation of people get fed off of as we do in America. You understand what I'm saying? You don't see it happening in the Asian communities. You don't see it happening in the Arab community. But think about this, right? Somebody tell me, where does the Arabs live at? We already know. I told you, in North Potomac is where we seen all those Asians with Asian communities, Asian schools, Asian churches, all of that.
Also, Fairfax.
And
They down there in Fairfax.
We know they somewhere. We know they somewhere, but the whole point is the things that are going on.
Churches and all that, but that's the listen. Like they in pockets, they there.
Right. No, we're not saying that it's not, but the things.
I'm agreeing.
The things that are happening in our neighborhoods are not happening in their neighborhoods. They don't have schools that don't have AC in the summertime and don't have heat in the wintertime.
And and also this, where they going for gas? They all going to one gas station,
right?
The Chinaman gas station.
Yeah.
They all going to H Mart.
Right.
Come on. I'm off it. Go ahead.
And this is what Christianity did. This is what integration did to us. You understand? Because we gave away everything to be subject to a people that hate us. Here we are. We got nothing, and we got to think about it, right? Who would have thought 60 years ago we would have to go to the Arabs for fried chicken?
Come on.
Think about this. Who would have thought 60 years ago, even 50? Matter of fact, let's go 40 years ago. Who would have thought 40 years ago we would have had to go to the Asians for soul food? Whoever heard, think about this. 30 years ago, whoever heard of Korean barbecue?
Don't forget about it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Even the name Korean behind any food is ridiculous.
Right.
Korean fried chicken, like, are you kidding me? What the hell is that?
It's no such thing.
What the hell is that, yo? What does that even mean?
It's such thing.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's barbecue. Just because a Korean made it, don't make it Korean barbecue.
When I think of barbecue, I think of some black dude, overweight, sweating on the food,
right?
You know what I mean?
How about that?
Country,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Country as hell.
But that's the vision, because that's how it's always been,
right?
You understand? And now we're moving away. Think about this, right? Just like we was talking a few months back, right? And we talk about it all the time. There was a time where all the corner stores was owned by black people.
Right.
I could have never imagined that all the corner stores would be owned by Asians or Arabs. You understand what I'm saying? I lived in that. I was at the end of that era. Matter of fact, I wasn't even at the end. I was in that era and saw the end of that era come. And I watched the new era come in. That's the crazy thing right there. When you actually saw how it was, and then you see the ending result. The ending result is because of integration. The ending result is because we wanted to be like them. And when you want to think about this, right? What we always say, when you integrate into it, you become the thing that you integrate into. If you move into somebody's house, you don't live by your rules, you live by their rules. So when you integrate into a thing, you become that very thing. Think about this, right? And I use this analogy, right? If you ever watch Star Trek, The Next Generation, the Borg came, made everybody believe that this was a better life to live as the Borg. And once you came in and became a part of the Borg destroyed everything that you ever built. And you now integrated into the Borg, and you make the Borg stronger. That's what America did to us. America made us integrate into her and destroy the thing that we created. Now we're making America stronger. Look at us now. Listen, America using us as a stepping stool. America stands on us and looks to be great. But it's us that made America great. And we gave all of our greatness away for free. Here we are. I yield, sir.
Yeah, we are, man. So, but I'm pretty sure Governor Westmore and Mayor other white You're in too deep with the oppressor. So much so that you've become an informant against the very people you chose to serve, Governor Westmore, Mayor Brandon Scott, and whatever councilman or anybody sitting on some type of board.
Right.
The Israelite School of UPK, under Commander Jehanna, this school is under Christ, who is under the Most High. And this here is the only institution that is going to bring forth liberation through Christ.
Right.
You understand? It first starts with teaching our people and giving us morality. Something that Governor Westmore does not have. Something that Mayor Brandon Scott and his colleagues do not have. There's no hope in them liberating the word? Liberating or giving us some type of comfort in this world. Why is that? Because they joined another team.
Yep.
That's why there's $1.2 billion of our money gone. Right? So what do we do about that, Matham? You know what we want to do? I'm not going down to the harbor to skate on the ice. December the 25th. Right? Or going down there July 4th, see the fireworks. You see, y'all see they had fireworks on Juneteenth though, right? You seen that? They didn't. I'm just saying they didn't. But they spent millions of dollars on July 4th though. I'm just saying. This is your black mayor.
The game they got rained out.
This is your black mayor though.
Yeah.
Come on, yo.
Yeah. And that's crazy, huh?
Come on. Well, I ain't gonna hold the people too long though.
That should have been our Liberation Day, right?
Come on. I mean, he black too.
Yeah.
But he was down there at the Afran on stage all rapping.
Right.
But he gave $1 million plus for America's love, America's freedom from the other white people.
Right.
$1 million plus. Where my fireworks at? But anyway, Governor Westmore, man, Brandon Scott, y'all owe the UPK. How much that it was, Mathan? Out of that $1.2 billion.
I want to.
Out of $1.1 billion, and we're gonna change the face of Baltimore and Maryland abroad, down from Suitland all the way down to Annapolis, all the way down to the Eastern Shore,
right
to the Bay. You understand? Anything else on that?
Nah, sir.
And with that, the white man is the devil. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commander Jehanna. We've been teaching this truth since 1969 that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are in fact the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? This is the One West News Desk. I'm your host, Captain Sapario, along with
Officer Matham.
We'll be here every Monday afternoon, 6 p.m. sharp. Our Lord allow, weather permit. You understand? With that, Shalom Israel. See y'all next week.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're